You wake up, and before you even open your eyes, you already know. That feeling is back. The room smells wrong, your stomach tightens. You haven't eaten anything yet, and you already feel sick. Most people call this morning sickness. Most people think it means something is wrong. But here's what the science actually shows. Women who experience nausea and vomiting during early pregnancy often have a lower risk of miscarriage and fewer major birth defects than women who experience none at all. Some studies show risk reductions of nearly 50 to 75%. So the question isn't why this happens. The question is, why would your body design this? Because evolution doesn't keep things around by accident. If morning sickness only caused suffering and made eating harder, natural selection would have eliminated it a long time ago. It didn't. Which means something interesting is going on beneath the surface. Let's start with timing. Morning sickness typically peaks between weeks 6 and 12. That's not random. Those are the exact weeks when the embryo is building its organs. The brain, the heart, the nervous system, the foundational blueprint of an entire human being. And during that window, the embryo is extraordinarily sensitive. A substance that a healthy adult processes without any trouble could potentially disrupt development at this stage. So your body responds the way any good security system would. It becomes more cautious, more selective, more alert. Everything that enters gets screened more carefully.
That's the timing. Now, let's talk about the target. Here's something that surprises most people. A major trigger for morning sickness isn't junk food. It's plants. Vegetables, strong spices, bitter foods, even things that used to be your favorites. And that might seem backwards. Aren't vegetables supposed to be healthy? For adults, yes. But plants aren't passive. Over millions of years, they evolved chemical compounds to protect themselves from being eaten by insects, by animals, by anything that might damage them. Most of the time, a healthy adult liver handles those compounds without issue. But a developing embryo doesn't have an adult liver. It doesn't have a mature detoxification system. So your body takes the safest possible approach. When uncertain, reject. Better to avoid a harmless meal than risk exposing the embryo to something it can't handle. That's why food aversions during pregnancy can feel almost irrational. You loved broccoli last month. Now, the smell of it makes you leave the room. Your body isn't being dramatic. It's being careful. Now, let's talk about what's happening on a deeper level. Pregnancy creates a biological challenge that's almost paradoxical. The embryo carries half its DNA from the father. Under normal circumstances, the immune system treats unfamiliar genetic material as a threat and attacks it. But during pregnancy, that can't happen. So, the immune system does something remarkable. It adjusts. It restrains itself. It learns to tolerate something that, by its own rules, it should be rejecting. That balancing act has costs. Some researchers believe that as the immune system temporarily modifies its response to protect the embryo, the body compensates by becoming more selective at the input stage. Smells become overwhelming. Tastes become unbearable. Your appetite narrows dramatically. Not because something has broken down, because your body is running a tighter filter. Less gets through, but what does get through is safer. There's one more piece worth understanding.
The name morning sickness is a little misleading. It doesn't only happen in the morning. For many women, it strikes at any hour and often feels worse on an empty stomach. One reason for this: when your stomach is empty, your body's sensory systems become more sensitive. Smells land harder. Tastes feel more intense. Signals from your digestive system get louder. It's like turning up the volume on an alarm. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It's making sure you can't ignore it. So, what does all of this mean practically? It means morning sickness is not a sign of weakness. It's not your body failing to cope. In many ways, it's evidence of how much your body is doing behind the scenes, simultaneously adjusting your appetite, your immune system, your digestion, your sensitivity to smell and taste, all at once, all in service of protecting a life that's still only a few weeks old. That's not a malfunction. That's biology, doing one of the most complex things it has ever evolved to do. If right now the only things you can tolerate are plain crackers, toast, or plain rice, that's worth paying attention to. Your body isn't asking for more calories right now. In the first trimester, the embryo doesn't need large amounts of food. What it needs is a safe environment. And sometimes your body's priority isn't getting more in. It's keeping the wrong things out. For hundreds of thousands of years, human pregnancy succeeded without apps, books, or online forums. The body had to solve these problems on its own. And many of those ancient systems are still running today, quietly, automatically, in the background. So, if you're in the middle of this right now, be a little kinder to yourself. The nausea is real. The discomfort is real. But underneath it, your body may be doing exactly what it evolved to do, protecting the smallest life you've never yet seen. Until one day, you finally do. And none of it needs any more explanation than that. See you in the next one.